ballin'. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man, that's the way my neck talking. Right, I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that. With an ass back, that's cash. When the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab brown man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit, I'm glad. When the check missed the direct hit, I'm sad. Like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you fuck like a limbo. She said she not a, she an A. Why you do that like that? It's a lot of money. Why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't getting too bad, my bad. Yeah. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Ay. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Ay. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. Ay. I cop a car, I run it back. Go your then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back.
Big numbers, 100-minute bag, that's a big number.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in downtown New Orleans. This is what it looked like just a moment ago in the heart of New Orleans. Folks, there's no place for this noise to go in the Superdome. It is loud, and these fans are ready for football as their Saints get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The kicker for the Saints, Will Lutz, has it teed up, and here we go from New Orleans. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Under 10. 2. Go. Mike with you on. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go. Let's calm down.
Cousins on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
And he won't get back to the line of scrimmage this time either as they stop him behind the line once more. Throwing, Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up first and 10 at the 45. Able to spin free. And some room to work. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
A first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally taken down at the 15. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
What you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well, but they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run.
Ready.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
It's over.
Running with Kamara. And Kamara has it stripped. And the Vikings pick up the football. He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 20, 10. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Touchdown, Minnesota.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Saints nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
I'm coming. Watch this.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Room here to run. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
Check. Hey, zoom. Watch a slant.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Flush to his right. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
You kill. 54. You kill. Check. Watch 54.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
He'll have a first down past the 40. And down to the 29-yard line. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 42 yards. First down. Here's the run with Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, 29 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Dan Bailey lining up for the point.
Early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early and give you the first score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, and we've had that conversation with them prior to the game, they always say, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At at their own 26-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24.
Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. To throw, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Cousins gives way to Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Saints, nothing.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up.
Play fake. Cousins lets it fly for Thielen. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings.
Great job. Touchdown for Dave.
Adam Thielen, 31 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And all the way down to the 37. Now a first down carry. It's Khyrie. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. 17 there and a New Orleans first down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Breeze. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Ready.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down.
Kill. 13.
Throwing now is Breeze. Letting one go deep for the end. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's Murray. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Ready? 5-9.
54 Mike.
Watch the car. Over. Tonight.
And he's got some space here. The 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 49 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Lutz with the extra point, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boy, still a half-plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Let's go. Jahan, 180. Check. Watch me before. Get that quarterback.
Now Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a run with Cook. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Cousins to throw it. Escaping the pressure. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead, not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Lutz good on the extra point, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boy, they're down only 1 score, still first half, but they're going to line up for the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The Hams team does its job. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's again to Cook. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. On second down, Cook. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Von Bell. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
Oh, I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on, come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Give to Cook out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Throwing is Cousins. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
Right here, right here. Yellow. Mike 56, Mike 56. Hey, me and you on. Hey, Team 6. I'm coming after you. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check 56. Hey, no, easy. Defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Cousins on 4th down. Lets it fly for Thielen. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down near the 5, and a big turn. Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. A gutsy call there. Yeags at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They're already giving momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
Ready. Yellow lady. Right there. 54. Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. 11. 54 is Mike.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Ready.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
I don't think you got it, son.
Toss play, Kamara. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA in playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Ready? And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Opposite. 21.
So here we go on 4th down to Breeze. He's going to loft one. And my goodness, another interception. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
54 is Mike. Check.
They run it again with Cook. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Watch out. 382, last 50.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Hey, 1-7. Check Mike, 54.
They'll They'll run for it. Cook. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
Ready. Yellow lady. Right there in the middle. 55. Watch the run. Good. Right forward. Right side.
They'll try to get the offense going with Khyrie. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. Again, it's Khyrie. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. To throw, it's Breeze. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. Well, they went with a nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down, you bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this score will stay right. Where it is. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily. To not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Well, we'll see what his offense can do.
Don't get nervous. Watch twitch. General West.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Hendrickson in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Here's Britton Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault.
Ready?
Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
On the ground, Khyrie. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Two-jet bomber. Two-jet bomber. Switch it.
At the 34-yard line.
They run it again with Khyrie. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Saints on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Breeze leads this one with Khyrie, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
You kill.
The Saints do snap it. It's Breeze. Looking here for Smith down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in the game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
Brings up second and 7 at the 30-yard line.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Running the jet sweep. This is Thielen with it. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
5. 54, right there. 54, Mike.
On play action, Cousins. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Bailey got the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to...
And my goodness, another interception. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. The number 7 usually lucky here, not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw it, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career. But when you're talking about 1 game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001, to throw 7 picks. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, Ringo, 48. No. Hey, can't. Hey, Foxtrot.
They go play action. Cousins. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 33 yards that time. Cook. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. The objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's a quick throw to Thielen. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead.
Check two.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to fourth down. Fourth down, Cousins. Airing it out deep for Smith. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
53. Check. Squeeze, double.
Back to throw. This is complete to Michael Thomas. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Breeze to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
We got three. Hey, exit. Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Now Breeze lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And this defense has broken it open as they return it to the house for 6. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that, and that's what they've done all game long.
So the Vikings bringing the offense back onto the field. They'll go for 2 here.
Hey! 300.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Von Bell. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when
This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Breeze now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Breeze. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Breeze pass intended for Traquan Smith. Incomplete. Harrison Smith on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Breeze. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
His guys take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts.